Welcome, everybody, to the Mighty Nerd Podcast, where the points are made up and the questions don't matter. I am Solid Snarf, and this is FistTruck. Tony has dysentery, but we'll be fine.
Oh, you got Oregon Trail?
Yeah, he traveled the Oregon Trail and wasn't able to jump the river.
Yeah, bit by a snake, shitting his pants. Yeah.
Well, I didn't expect this to happen, but April Fool's happened, and apparently y'all are a bunch of fucking children. I can't discern what news is real and what's not. So we have a little bit of news to cover this week that we're able to confirm or even worth talking about. Let's start with Suicide Squad.
Do you just want to start with April Fools? If there are any April Fools, like jokes or not jokes, but like fake.
Oh, hell yeah.
Controversial if I said fake news, but like April Fool's news or whatever.
I mean,
like,
it's in the lexicon.
If there are any
now.
ones that, yeah, if it like pops out to anything that like was special to you or popped out.
Oh, fucking, I know there was something. Shit. I think remember it on the spot.
Okay. I'll go first and maybe that'll jog your memory.
Okay.
So the only one that really like, I don't know, okay, like screamed to me was like WoW, World of Warcraft. They did one recently. They came out with a patch, and it for some odd reason is battle royale. It's something that no one was asking for, but on the flip side, apparently it's like solid. It's pretty solid. So like,
right.
I wouldn't fuck with it. I have no interest in playing that kind of thing. But like for people who are playing it, apparently it's fun. So that's cool. But a big complaint people were having was about the distribution of upgrades and power-ups, that they're just not all pretty much like they're not available to you when you drop. So
okay.
That's like the equivalent of like if you played Fortnite and or whatever game like PUBG or something, and you're complaining that because there aren't just a shit ton of guns and armor where you drop, that's why you're losing.
Oh, you got to learn where to drop though.
Yeah, that's the point of the battle royale mode.
Okay.
But it's like WoW players. You're talking about people. There are people who've been playing this game for 20 years. So we got some boomer ass gamers potentially playing this game, some not so much, but still.
I never played a first person shooter in my life.
Why are the towers tilted like that? This is not Italy.
What?
So they made a post. I forgot what they made a April Fool's post saying like there's a new patch coming out. There are no balance changes because all classes are balanced for all content. And then they said all like Plunderstorm drops are coming out. All drops or all like loot or something will be available wherever you drop because you'll definitely win this time or something like that. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. Cause people complain a lot.
Yeah, no, it's never my fault.
It's never not an issue in any game ever. You can go, if there was a subreddit for Elmo's letter adventure, you'd be like, I can't collect the letters. Why can't I collect the C first?
All right, so what you got, son?
Oh, just a bunch of PS5 info that I was just going through, just because I haven't done April Fool's since elementary school, bro. Like, me personally, I could give a shit.
You can't just make a joke, say something ridiculous like, "Yo, I'm a dad." And
yeah, but it's like I'm not around it, and I'm not. I don't know. It's just me personally. I don't follow the holiday. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's not. It's just fucking around.
Yeah.
That's all.
So I'm reading all this PS5
oh shit! Yo, he
news.
reads April Fool. No.
I read all this PS5 info about the upcoming Pro model, a bunch of Wii info, new console shit, and I was like,
Wii too.
They're
coming out with the Wii phone, the Xbox 720, the Apple iBox, I don't know, the fucking iPod 6,
and then I'm like, no way, no way. And then it had to be explained to me that it was April 1st. Because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a,
Oh yeah, you
joke's
got
on me.
man.
Joke's on me.
Got it.
After the 5th article I read through, I should have known, right? I should
Like,
have
wow,
known.
there are a lot of big drops happening
Yeah.
today. I guess it's that Q2 shit right there. That's, first day of Q2 it starts.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I was concerned, it was fucking, I don't know, March 32nd or something.
No, man, it was April 1st.
April 1st. Yeah. Anyway, real news.
Yeah, for what real news there is.
Yeah, what real news there is. I guess you remember Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Well, it
Bro,
was...
sorry. I got to do my thing where I cut you off. So, spring sale happening right now on PlayStation Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Suicide Squad's 50% off.
Only 50? What are you talking about?
Bro, but 2 months later for a major AAA release, and it's already 50% off. Like, yo, Skull and Bones was also on sale, not 50% yet. It was like 33%. But still, I just,
Ubisoft will hold on to anything with their last
we'll get back to
dying.
those motherfuckers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. That is news. I forgot about that. So Suicide Squad. Apparently, hackers have gotten Deathstroke. A fully playable character.
It's funny. You know what's funny about that is that like the Joker just came out and they're like, "Fuck this." This is why they found another.
Oh, he's a weird looking Joker. Like the Joker has never been a physical specimen, but this guy's like...
I haven't looked at it like that. I just know it exists, and that like I know he looks nothing like the Joker that's in the same. Well, I assume the in-game explanation, I don't know, is
probably.
Yeah, but just the fact they have another Joker is not the one that like you got. Is he voiced by Mark Hamill? I assume not.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Joker. I came here to talk about Deathstroke.
Okay. Go on.
No. Yeah. So people are playing as Deathstroke. The guys are making a bunch of YouTube videos, and the Rocksteady dudes or publisher, whatever,
Developer,
publisher, whatever. I don't know which one is going after them, but they're like taking down videos immediately as they pop up.
They're taking them to the afterlife.
It's like priorities. No.
Well, I mean, to be fair in that case, that is,
they're right.
They hacked the game to get that. I think they're well within their right to do that. That's fine. But it's good. It's obvious. Obviously, Streisand effect. There's no way they can hide it. It's out in the wild. It's gone. It's over. It belongs to the earth now.
And I think the model isn't even viewable. Yeah, viewable. Like when you can do previews of what another person on leaderboard is using. Like the guy on the top of the leaderboard is using Deathstroke, but you can't see Deathstroke in his model or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So yeah, and do you remember the Ubisoft shit exactly? Because I just remember passing by in a video.
So I saw the whole video. And then Some Ordinary Gamers, that guy's pretty big, right? Mudahar. And then I know Asmongold also made a react to it. I didn't watch it though, because sometimes I get an aneurysm when watching that. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I enjoy it. Sometimes I don't. But Ross Scott is the guy's name. Accursed Farms is the YouTube channel.
Okay.
That guy's been around for a while. If anybody's ever watched back when in the Machinima days, Freeman's Mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him. He did all the stuff for that. That he's been going strong for the most part the whole time. He has, even though most of his stuff, like he's one of the YouTube channels I've been following for fucking ages. So his shtick is like old or obscure games usually. Just make videos about them, showing them, playing through them or whatever, something like that, talking about them. But his big thing is he's very big on game conservation.
Yeah.
Right. Because like, since he plays a lot of old games, a lot of them fall into abandonware. They're hard to get. Or you just, you got to pirate them, or you got to like, know a guy who knows a guy who somehow has a copy from like 96 or some shit to play it. So 5 years ago, I mean, throughout the course of his channel, he's covered some more recent games that have gone offline. Like 5 years ago, he did a video about The Crew. And
Right.
if anybody watched a few episodes ago where I think I might have called myself a fucking idiot or a moron or some shit like that for buying it, because The Crew, I think, is now dead. I think it died at the end of March or something like that.
Yeah.
And so back when he made the video, he was like, this game's probably going to die. And he's made not a bunch, but a handful of a sizable or enough amount of videos talking about, I guess, like how the terminology used for, like when you buy a game, people will say, oh, well, you're not buying the game, you're buying a license or something like that, is not legally true, potentially. Right. Pretty much the only game, at least when I watch his videos, obviously not a lawyer, but the only games where you could probably get away with that argument about a license, like if, for example, they cut off the game and it died and then you're just shit out of luck, is something like WoW or Final Fantasy 14 where you pay a subscription. Yeah, because you're paying for the service to play the game, as opposed to the other games where you're paying for the game, not the service.
Right.
Right. So anyway, Ubisoft did the thing that they would do, which is kill the crew. So the crew's dead, and he made a video talking about essentially, if you bought the crew, how you can petition the government, not that change.org bullshit, actual government petitions where they to get them to at least have to say something, like to force them, like once enough people sign it or some shit, or inquire about this thing, they have to respond. That response could be fuck off, we're not doing anything, but they still have to respond, right? And so the reason why this one in particular is special, and it's good to see big YouTube channels like some ordinary gamers and Asmongold, well, his YouTube and Twitch shit, kind of like blow this up, or like try to blow this up, is because apparently France has, according to this dude's video, France has a lot of like consumer protection laws about shit like this.
Right.
And so if how to put it, to make it easy, or probably the easiest way to victory, which is to ensure that these games aren't getting killed, would be to sue a company through if you could sue them in France or some shit like that.
Because if you win there, it'll be trickled down to other countries.
Yeah, because it's not like they're going to separate. Oh, yeah, you can still play the game only if you're in France. I mean, they could do that hypothetically, but I think it'd be more, like for example, the cookies thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know how that's all came from like EU thing?
EU.
But now it's everywhere.
They said they don't want you tracking people's information. You have to manually opt out of it.
Yeah. So now no matter where you're at, you got to do the reject all or accept all cookies thing.
Yeah.
Even though technically it's only just EU, but it's like, who the fuck is going to, like go through the trouble of like discerning the two. So Ubisoft is a company that's based out of France. So it just kind of like stars in line, hopefully. But it's like the process, it's not like it depends on what country you live in. So the US is kind of shit out of luck because, money wins, I guess. So there's that. But if you're in the EU and if you're in France specifically, you can fill out this whole thing.
StopKillingGames.com.
Yeah,
right?
StopKillingGames.com. It has a whole process how you do it. You got to first like find your proof of purchase of the game, right? Mm-hmm. And there's stuff up there to help you find your proof of purchase if you bought it digitally, like through Ubisoft or something like that. There's like, I think the website makes it pretty easy to find the stuff, or as easy as it can. And then you have to contact Ubisoft customer support and essentially go, hey, why can't I play my game right now? and either they give you the response saying the game's dead, in fucking corporate speak. Or they don't respond to you, and if they don't respond to you for a week after you sent that email, then that's proof enough for you to go like, hey, these guys are being dickbags. Let me, I'm gonna complain about it. And then that's how you can petition. There's some other steps there, but it's like
he's petitioning for like he's still working on the like verbiage, but he's trying to say like if you have a game that is online only, that needs to be online for the through the developer, and then when the developer hands over those responsibilities to the publisher, because that's the chain of responsibility. Once the developer stops supporting it, it goes over to the publisher's responsibility. And then you want the publisher then stops all that. Once they stop doing that, they have to. He wants them to get rid of the connectivity to the publisher, to the online, and have peer-to-peer like lobbies.
Yeah, peer-to-peer, support, because there are games like you can still play Perfect Dark Zero, a launch game for the Xbox 360.
Yep.
Co-op and multiplayer perfectly fine. Because it's peer-to-peer. Like, well, at the time, or is that the most optimal choice? No, obviously not. But
it's
like,
better
than nothing. Yeah, it works. Like, that's it.
And like
Most of the time it works well enough.
How many games are peer-to-peer anyway? That people don't pay for. Smaller companies especially don't pay for dedicated lobbies.
I mean, what's Destiny 2, right? Isn't it like some bullshit like that or something?
Destiny 2... I used to know the answer. I think it's Destiny 1. All right, there's definitely not dedicated servers.
Yeah. Like, I remember it was some bullshit. Yeah. Like, some
like there's a player host and all that.
Yeah.
Definitely. But we are getting dedicated lobbies somewhere. No, Marathon is getting dedicated lobbies. Never mind. Never mind. I remember, because again, I haven't talked about Destiny in a while. I'm getting the Destiny itch. So
okay,
I'm going to get back into
everyone's okay if you're not playing.
But it's just remembering old news. Because I remember my reaction. It was like, when did I talk about dedicated lobbies last with my friends about Destiny? I don't remember specifically.
It's always with Marathon, but in regards to Marathon.
I'm just telling the story of like how I remember I felt really pissed. I don't remember why. Oh, it's because they were doing Marathon.
Yeah. I remember this conversation, or at least when you had it with me, where it's just like, oh yeah, Marathon's essentially getting the things that is getting dedicated servers. It's getting people who look at the PvP mode.
And apparently
it's getting development time.
Yeah.
And now even then it's seems to potentially be in fucking chaos, or not chaos. They're somewhat.
Well, I don't want to turn this into Destiny news, but like there was a leaked investor call or for PlayStation. Like there's PlayStation America and PlayStation Japan, and they're like going back and forth currently on what to do about Destiny, because PlayStation Japan is heavily interested in maintaining Destiny, because it's like, they caught lightning in a bottle, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing what they said in the memo, that Destiny is really important to PlayStation's plan for the future, because again, Bungie put lightning in a bottle, and they said that their higher ups in Bungie are mismanaging funds, and not properly supporting their game. So that's what directly from PlayStation Japan. And apparently PlayStation America are like, hey, give them a chance. They can recover. Let's see what happens after this. But it looks like PlayStation Japan is ready to just take over.
In my head, I'm thinking that might be a good thing.
I think it might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because apparently they believe in the Destiny game.
Yeah, they give it. I mean, if that's true, leak call, this is all, not unofficial, right? I guess in a way. But I mean, assuming if saying that's all true, Is my light dying? Saying that's all true.
No.
He knows I'm lying right now. Saying that's all.
Sony was trying to shut us up.
Yeah. Say like, assuming that's all true, the fact that you might have people who are actually kind of, giving a shit. It is happening. Who are giving a shit about the game's success, in a way that's like, hey, more. I mean, obviously,
that have the power to make decisions. Like we know the developers care, but the higher up in the developers that are, just there to keep investors happy and put on to their next thing, they might, the view, the way it looks, is they're moving on to Marathon and saying "fuck you, Destiny," which sucks for me because I like Destiny. I want to see more Destiny. I want to like Destiny.
Yeah. And it's like, how much crossover do you have between Destiny players and extraction shooter players?
I've played extraction shooters. I played Apex. I played Tarkov. I like Apex.
Apex is not an extraction shooter.
Well,
that's a battle royale.
It's going to be hero shooter also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like hero shooter, sorry. I think I follow what you're saying, but I think like the extraction shooter stuff, where you're constantly like when you get in a game, like you stand a lot. There's a lot for you to lose every time you play the game. It's not the same as Apex where you drop in. Maybe you just have a shit game, you die in like 5 seconds. Oh well, whatever. Let's do it again. Keep going.
Like I would consider the extraction shooter genre to be like 30 degrees removed from a battle royale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but is that time investment and shit like that? You have a different. I mean, you still have the same kind of people, but we're talking about.
And I don't know if you lose everything.
Subset within.
Yeah, I don't know if losing everything was a part of Marathon's thing. I don't know if they explicitly said it. Okay. It didn't seem like it. I'm thinking Marathon of like the Dark Zone in Division type of thing.
Okay,
just that specific game mode by itself over and over and over again.
Yeah. Okay. When I hear extraction shooter, I'm thinking Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, some other ones I can't fucking think about. But like,
well, I hope it's not that
Dark and Darker. Yeah. Like if you know that one.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about that specifically is like, what's the point of there's no extended narrative to the game. It's just proxy battle over proxy battle over proxy battle over proxy battle. Like that loses my interest.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making about like the crossover between people who play Destiny. Like you have your PvE players, which I assume make up like the majority of the player base in Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like PvP is nothing, but just based on the way they treat PvP. So like you have your PvE players in Destiny, and then you have an extraction shooter, which I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know how they're gonna do it, right? But just going off what we have currently in that genre, you have like hardcore fucking games. You have some hardcore games. By hardcore, I mean they don't like, here's your time, and then here's them saying fuck that to your time. It's just like, you done all this, fuck you, you lost, you died,
you spend like 20 minutes finding shit and then you lose it in the last 5 minutes.
Like I think I see Tarkov gameplay and I fucking think of sleeping.
So from what I've seen, that's not the impression I got, but I'll say, I shouldn't discount what your
we don't know. We don't know. Like you've actually watched the Marathon shit. I haven't seen any of it because I hear extraction shooter anything.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
And all the Marathon shit has just been like, hey, we're putting this in and a CG trailer. Like
which is
there's no gameplay yet.
Yeah. And like, I have an interest in Destiny, and not the same as you, but like when I play it, I get into it or something. And so I would like to see it not continue in the form of Destiny 2. I would like to see a Destiny 3, that kind of like enters the modern era. Just in terms of some like graphics, I mean, yeah, it could look nicer. I'm not too torn about that. But in terms of just like, I want to see a real change in like, level design, that kind of shit, class design, a lot of stuff. But like, they do have something there that is fun, that is good. And the fact that like someone in a corporate spot in power, or like people potentially assuming that call was, legit.
Right.
If you say, hey, you got lightning in a bottle, you got something like that, like, this is a tempo type thing, right?
Yeah.
There's a vested interest in keeping it going and keeping it, being successful without just being like, hey, let's just fucking like get what we can out of it and cut our losses and move on to this other shit. I think that's...
Yeah. I mean, after hearing that, I had a lot more hope. Just because I know Sony, they like nurture their companies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it depends.
Yeah. Well, and they also cancel a lot of shit too. So
yeah, but they've done some like real cool, real not cool anti-consumer shit.
Yeah. Like, you can't buy anything anywhere.
Yeah, like that's that. I think that's, yeah. Anyway, but there's no denying that they have like a bar for their releases for the most part, like their first party releases. Not all of them are going to be like absolute hits.
Right. But a lot of them are.
A lot of them are. Even the ones that aren't hits are still pretty good. Like, or like, they're good enough. Like, I haven't played with Days Gone. That seems to be one of the more lukewarm, Sony first party releases in years. But even then,
the way I feel about Days Gone is like, a lot of people were talking shit when it came out, but like over the extent of its life, it's received pretty well.
The narrative has changed specifically, but I do remember when it came out, the performance was dog shit.
Bad. It was pretty bad.
But now on the PS5, apparently it's like, this is the way God intended. So that changed. Last of Us 2 was like, I don't know, a shit show in some way, but in terms of the game, it's not a shit show in terms of the game being bad. I'm not saying that, but like, in terms of like the stupidity it caused online.
Yeah.
Even then, still like on its worst, like haven't seen reviews for it, and then obviously watching our friend play through it. Even on its like worst days, Last of Us 2 is just like, what's bad about this game? Oh, it's not amazing.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, this game isn't a 10 out of 10 like the original one was, and to be honest, I don't care.
And it's not a 10 out of 10 because it didn't do what people expected it to do, which is in itself a merit, I guess. Like, they did what they thought they should do, and the fucking gameplay is old. That's all I was good. I'm like, like it didn't do what people expected it to do. In some ways, yes. The other thing that I personally, as someone who thinks Naughty Dog games play like shit, my expectations for Last of Us, aside from not really caring, was boy, I sure hope this one plays well. It plays
like a video game. It is a video game. It is a video game. It works. It gets a good enough out of 10 on that one. But I'm not all that interested in it. So that's really me just speaking from the outside looking in. That's not very relevant.
So
Sony has a bar.
Huh?
Not like Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
Sony has a bar. Fucking, you want to know what I was watching?
What?
You remember when we played Crackdown 3?
Yes, I do.
So we played Crackdown 3 like a year or two ago because for some odd reason I just really want to play a shitty game.
I think the amount of fun we had with that should not be considered in the rating of the game. Like, that's a 3 game. That's a 3 out of 10 game. But we had a shit ton of fun with it.
I was in tears, man, because it was still buggy as fuck. Like,
and Terry Crews didn't talk, but
Crews.
He was there.
He talked for like, I don't know, the first cutscene, and then that was it. Like that, and Redfall, fucking Redfall.
Yeah. Was a shitty game, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, that's a game devoid of all enjoyment. Yeah. Like, it's
like we can play games that are really bad and have a lot of fun with them.
Yeah, or you could go to the internment camp that is fucking Redfall.
Yeah. Like I can't think of another game where it was really bad and we just didn't have fun with it multiplayer.
It's hopeless. Like,
because I remember you going into it and you're like, "Yo, you want to play Redfall?" And I knew,
like, just to fuck around, just to try it out.
And you asking me, and I was like, I knew, and I have the same feeling. I was like, yeah, this is going to be another shit show. This is going to be great. And then we were just like,
it was so boring. It was so boring. We lasted for like 30, 40 minutes. It was like, uninstalled, never play again. This is garbage. That game sucks ass. That was bad. Man, what's another dog shit game that Microsoft put out? I don't know.
Starfield.
Okay. Let's calm down.
It's a game. It's a game.
It's called. It's not. You know, it's not dog shit, but it's not great.
Right.
But yeah, just like Microsoft, clearly they hit points where they're just like, "I put that shit. We're fucking done. You put that shit out right now, or we'll kill you."
They just spend so much money on so many developers to put out, like, to have no quality control.
It's Microsoft. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't like some mega antitrust thing, and obviously, you know, people wouldn't want that happening. I would fucking say, like, if Microsoft wanted to buy Sony, they just could, like, on a dime. Bruh, it's like, oh yeah, Sony, you guys do video games and movies and all that kind of stuff. It's like Microsoft has a contract with the Department of Defense for cloud shit. Like, it's not the same. They're on two different levels here. But in terms of, you know, video games is one thing, but I'm like, you know, like
side.
Actually,
out of
we don't
the
have
scope.
enough news to fill up a whole hour, so we're going super side.
Actually, out of the scope of the game podcast, Germany is getting rid of all of Microsoft Windows servers. In place of Linux, so they're cutting their
they're douchebags. I get it.
No, it's just because.
Oh yeah, do you use Linux? No, get the fuck out of my face.
Well, I mean, you know, for all their back-end server stuff. So they will have a little bit less pennies in their bank to buy Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that here.
Yeah, man. Gonna be like, yo, Germany, what kernel did he use?
Which is funny because Linux just had like a super big hack. Like, it coincided where they decided to get rid of all their Windows Server stuff for their government shit, and then a bunch of hackers found a back door for like remoting into Linux servers that luckily they weren't able to actually do anything with, because a guy found it it before they could actually do anything. But yeah, that's anyway. That's not the scope of this podcast.
Yeah. So anyway, the point being that, like, Sony has a bar for their game releases because they give a shit.
Right.
Like, clearly they, like, they kind of like understand, for the most part, you put out good game, people will buy it.
Yeah.
Right. Helldivers. I finally hopped on the Helldivers bandwagon. It's fun.
That's good. And like, even like as much as that fucking PlayStation looks like fucking, I don't know, I just think of the Opera House in Sydney, Australia. Just like,
or Kaiba.
Yeah, it just
it looks Kaiba. Like this Kaiba ass console.
Yeah, their consoles don't look great ever, and since the PlayStation 2.
You're a third world duelist in a first world country.
But they've been pushing like the haptic feedbacks on the controllers as much shit as we talk about it. That's like straight up trying to immerse people into the video game, right? Like, they're trying shit. Look at your fucking face. If you squint anymore, it looks like you'd be sucking a lemon's dick. Like, what is your problem?
Haptic stuff is fucking bullshit. That's a
whack.
lot of shit.
It is whack. I don't like it, but they're trying.
It's like the fucking okay, they're trying. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. I'll give it. Yeah, no, they are trying in the wrong places, but they're trying. I guess. Trying, right? Yeah, I respect that.
Come on, you don't want to move the controller in a flight sim game? You don't want to do this?
Oh, yeah, you fucking playing Bloodborne? By the way, which everyone can see on FistTruck TV currently. All the times I interact with something, my guy's like, in the middle of fucking combat, I pick something up, and he's like, yes, and then gets fucking mollywop. No, I don't care. And that's going back to the PS4 and the PS5 specifically. I feel like anytime the triggers resist me pressing them, I'm going to snap it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just turn it off. I turn it off, saying, "What kind of innovation is the fucking light on the controller?"
Yeah, I turn all those
The
off.
innovation that kills your battery faster.
Yep,
Oh, it's
yep,
like,
yep,
oh, you
yep.
can use your light for when you're playing VR games, which you never fucking do. You gotta spend $550 to get a fucking VR headset.
Yo, do you know how many VR games they released for the PlayStation VR 2?
Some, right? Not a lot.
5?
I don't,
Over 2 years?
okay. I don't know. I thought you go like, yeah, man, it's a lot. It's like 5.
5? It's like,
okay. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Like the technology, I would say the headset looks nice.
Legit,
I am a VR. I like VR.
I like Oculus. I like, if I had money for Steam Index, I think they call it, I'd get it.
Valve Index, yeah. Like I like VR. That headset looks really nice. Like it looks cool. And for $550, I imagine that like they are definitely taking a hit on the headset.
Yeah.
It's more than the console. It's an accessory for the console.
And they're not supporting it like they should.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is that it's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like chicken or egg type shit or whatever, where it's just like, oh, they don't support it because nobody bought it, but nobody buys it because it's too expensive and they don't support it.
Nobody buys it because it's also, you can't use it anywhere else yet. Yeah. And they just started talking about, hey, we're going to make it available for PC players, which it'll be a good headset. If like as far as far as VR headsets go, if you can play PC games with it, which have an infinite library,
that would be I don't know if it'd be a game changer, but that'd be nice. Yeah. But like $550 for just that, and then like you said, there are only 5 games, or I assume 5 games, only 5 or 5 noteworthy ones.
I just put out a number. It's in the single digits.
Yeah, like what? That's such a terrible value. Like I don't know what the fuck they were thinking there. But yeah, like some of the, innovations they're trying, I think messing with the controller is not, like, that's not the space. I think the way you innovate on a controller is not having it die all the fucking time and not having the sticks, drift all the fucking time and all that kind of, that's how you innovate the controller, not putting light on it or making the triggers fucking resist you.
They did do the, the Apple thing where I think PlayStation 1 and 2 did have the Hall effects sensors, and then they were like, nobody's buying new ones, so we got to make them the old shitty analog sticks again.
Yeah, but then on the PS2, like to be fair, back then the PS2 controllers, their shoulder buttons, like the R2 and the R1s, they would stick. Like they would go in there and they would not come back.
Yeah.
And then you would have a game like God of War that would tell you to mash R2 to open a fucking treasure chest or a door. Man. So, what's next? What's next on the docket?
Shit. I mean, there's really
literal feces.
This.
Speaking of literal feces, we could talk about and games dying, right?
Yeah.
So the day this podcast goes up, which is tomorrow.
Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Wii, no more online capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
They're done with. Congratulations, you got played.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I understand the whole, or not once again, but like I understand the whole. It's not
sustainable for a company to keep up
these
with
services running for like 50 people.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I'm sure there's an ad hoc mode for the 3DS, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Wii's fucked.
Wii's fucked. Wii U's fucked. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, it was fucked from the start. So
yeah. I mean,
as much as I actually like that console, but
yeah, I like
for what it's worth.
I like the Wii for when I had it. Bitch.
I mean, like that's how I play my any like Wii games when I played the Metroid Prime trilogy. Like the Wii version or whatever.
Yeah.
Play through the Wii U. Even though they put like any game that, for the most part, any game that was special on the Wii U, they put on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Bayonetta 2 is like, one of my go-to games. So, Wii U 2, had some bangers on it, but they really fucked that one up.
3DS was great. Great
3DS,
hands down.
Yeah, that was.
What's better, 3D? I mean, there are better games on the Advance, but 3DS
I think in terms of success, 3DS definitely.
Yeah,
What I probably enjoyed more was Game Boy Advance, but that was
yeah.
by the time 3DS came out, me playing handheld games like that kind of
Same.
started dying off. 3DS is the console where Pokemon began to die for me. The Switch is where Pokemon got fucking shot in the fucking head for me.
Yeah.
Which is heartbreaking
I got
because Pokemon is
yeah,
one
it's
of
good.
those things, man.
I got a 3DS relatively late. I got it when Pokemon X and Y came out.
I mean, there's not too late. That was like 2013. 2013, 2014. So
Okay.
I think 2013, 2012, somewhere around there.
And X and Y were great. I liked X and Y.
Yeah, the game I played the most on my 3DS was The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. No, actually, no. The game I played the most on my 3DS was Pokemon X.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think Pokemon
or
X.
Y.
I spent the most because like
Pokemon Y. Yeah.
fucking what do you call it? Breeding, not breed. EV training was like
#breedable.
was awesome.
Yeah,
it was the easiest thing to do.
You just I'm gonna shoot balloons.
Yo, pet harder, pet.
Yeah. Yeah.
just
You're gonna win for me today, boy. That and Monster. My love for Monster Hunter started on the 3DS, with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate or whatever it is. So 3DS has some things for me, but like for the most part, over the years, the 3DS just turned into like nowadays. If I play my 3DS, it's like Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or Star Fox 64. That's all I'm playing at it. Maybe Kirby.
There's a bunch of Mario games that are pretty damn
Planet
good.
Robobot.
I don't. Yeah,
like-
a bunch of Mario games that were pretty.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great games on the 3DS.
Oh, Super Smash Brothers was on it. I remember playing that.
Yeah.
Oh, the
never
first and last Scribblenauts game that I ever played was on the 3DS, and I didn't know what the fuck Scribblenauts was, so I just got it. I think that was like the last time,
like
one of the
Word
last
Legos.
times I was like, you can literally do anything in this game.
It's word Legos.
Yeah. It's like,
You
wait,
type it in and
is there nothing I can
did you type
not
in
type?
big dick?
Yeah.
It gives you a big Dick Tracy.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
I'm like, why is there a large detective? Oh, I get it. All right. Well, do you have anything more for that or?
Profound Sadness. But I haven't played 3DS
In ages. Yeah. Same. The Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, what those were also really good. Good remasters. Even though
Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
that was on the regular DS. But
Well, I played it on the 3DS. I never had a regular DS.
oh, okay. Now regular DS, that was. I remember getting that. I think it was middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and playing Mario Kart on like I remember playing Mario Kart with my friends on a school bus on a road trip, or not road trip, school trip. Like we were just on the bus playing Mario Kart, and that was fun.
Yeah, good times.
So, I don't know if you have anything for this, or maybe you could think about it while I maybe started off. But I guess our last topic for today, and I guess the topic that constantly comes to mind for me, especially recently since I've been on this like crazy fucking stupid ass Yakuza binge. But it's like games where they gave a shit when making them.
Yeah, I think
it's like such a
definitely Helldivers.
What?
We were talking. I think we were talking about Helldivers before.
Yeah, like you could tell where they just like gave a shit. They had fun when they were making the game because like playing through Yakuza. Currently going through Like a Dragon, the first Like a Dragon game. And like, well, I kind of raise an eyebrow sometimes at how many Yakuza games they pump out. Like,
I mean, the map is the same, so they don't really have to do
Not
much.
always. Yakuza 5 had 5 different fucking cities in it. Like, and then Yakuza. The thing is that they reuse cities, I will say. But Yakuza 5, they introduced like 2 or 3 new cities. in it.
Trying to remember Yakuza 5.
I mean, there's like something. The one that Kiryu starts in. There's the one that Saejima goes to, and then there's the one where you Shinada, the baseball guy, he's in, is a those 3 are new cities. Sorry, so I said 2, I said 3 new cities.
Right.
And then Akiyama, no, they play in the same thing. Fuck, I forgot who you played as in that spot. Well, whoever you play as, the game. Oh yeah, the game ends at Kamurocho, and then when you're playing as little girl Haruka and Akiyama, they're in Sotenbori, which is like I think that city first appeared in like Yakuza 2, but then it was like also Yakuza 0 and 5. So they did reuse cities, but they still make new ones, and they also, for like having like Ganja just like just going crazy through Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. See all the layers that they just like add to Kamurocho from game to game. I'm like, yeah. Same, Yakuza 6 has a new one. Like one of the cities in there is brand new. Like a Dragon, that one's new. So like, but they're not big.
Yeah, they're sandbox places.
Yeah, but they're good. Like they're good. That's the thing. And you can just tell they gave a shit. Like some of the story, when the story decides to like take off, it's good. Yeah. It's like really fucking good, and
then
they're
everything
not, like,
in between is like, oh, they had fun with this side quest. They had fun with this.
They had fun. Yeah, like it's
game. It was like
I did a side quest in Like a Dragon where it was like some guy is like getting pressed. There's like some Yakuza dude that's pressing this guy for fucking baby formula.
Okay.
And then, so then you kick that guy's ass, and the dude's like, "Oh, thanks, man." And he just starts randomly talking about how him and his wife just had a kid, and like their relationship is strained. And you're like, okay. And then you hear a baby crying, like, like from right nearby, and like, oh my god, we need to help him. You get like a warm water or some shit like that, and I'll go get towels so we can give him this milk. And then you go upstairs to where you heard the baby. You go get warm water. You go upstairs to where you heard the crying from. You go inside the room, and it turns out to be a bunch of grown-ass men in diapers role-playing as babies while there's a woman that's, role-playing the mom, that fucking kink. And then you show, and they're like, you guys go into the room, it's just like, we heard her baby crying, and then they're like, what the fuck is going on in here? And the dudes are like, you came in and fucked, you ruined the mood, and so you got to fight a bunch of grown-ass men in diapers. Oh, excuse me. And it's just, and then after that's over, you kick their asses. They're like, oh, we're sorry. They're like, oh man, we're sorry for getting so hasty like that. And then the guy starts talking about his issues with his wife, and then the dude's in the diaper, and then the I don't know what to call him, the role playing mom or whatever, start having a heart to heart with the guy, how he should talk with his wife, and that they should split the duties when they're kid, raising duties. And it's just one of those things where you're like, bro, this is like, it's fun, but like it's good, as opposed to like, as much as I love Final Fantasy 16, and I could tell the game is shit when they're making that game, so I'm not trying to like harp on that game too much, but their side quests suck fucking massive dick.
Yeah.
They're so boring. And like every now and then you'll have one that like kind of like, I guess, has fun, but for the most part they're all like really serious. They all have the same tone, but the writing's not as interesting or captivating as it is in the main plot.
Right.
And like the scenarios they put you in and the things they have you do are so mundane that like it's just really boring, and I don't want to do them. I did them for fucking platinum trophies because
I feel like there's a lot of elements in games where they just add shit there just
to check a box.
Yeah, it's like, but you don't really need that anymore. Like, change the formula. Like, what was it? What's the story of Mom, why do you put salt in the bread? And she says, because my mom put in salt in the bread. And then he goes, we'll go to mom. Mom's mom says, why did you put salt in the bread? Because my mom did this.
Yeah, just do it to do it.
And he go all the way back and he says, oh, it wards off evil spirits. And now the little kid's like, that's fucking stupid, you stupid motherfucking bitch. I'm not doing that anymore.
Fuck this salty ass bread, yo. And then, before then, they're like, why'd you put salt in the bread and fucking makes it last longer? I don't know. Like some shit like that. It's like, no, I have my fucking refrigerators. Yeah, or fucking like Wonder Bread. I have my bioengineered ass bread over here.
You okay? Sorry about that. Yeah. Somebody was dying.
Yeah. So like side quests, the stuff in Yakuza, not everything in Yakuza is like fun. Sometimes I get bored. I'm not gonna say it's like perfect or something, but like I enjoy it, and you can tell that there's so many like little things they put in the game where clearly they gave a shit, and other games you just play where like they're just fucking checking boxes, man. Like, I mean, Ubisoft is obviously our favorite punching bag. Even though sometimes I'll like just go, hey, not every game they put out is that bad. Like even to be fair. I would say I wouldn't go so far. Maybe I'm saying this.
Prince of Persia's.
Yeah, Prince of Persia is like good, but I was to go so far because Tony's not here, so I'll say this. But like even their okay, that's not completely true. But like at the very
Far Cry,
right? Like it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's like it gets its shit together. Like even on its worst days, Far Cry still like I can understand why someone would have fun with it. Minus the Far Cry 5 DLC, you clearly are fucking have been lobotomized if you enjoy that shit. But it's like not the worst. It's not like garbage. It's not garbage. It's just like
I think it's a step up from Potato Chip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or I mean, if even, but like. I don't know, but sometimes you can enjoy Potato Chips. Sometimes some of their games are just like the most designed by committee bullshit. Oh, Far Cry, yeah, sorry.
I'm talking about Far Cry specifically, except for whatever came after 5.
6? Oh, New Dawn?
New Dawn and 6. I don't like 6.
6? Like I tried, man, and I just every time I zoom out, like you go on the map and you zoom out and you're like,
big map.
Fuck this shit, bro. Because like you have me do the same. Like 5, I think
5 is good. I like
hot take. 5 I think was the best one they made.
Yeah.
Like I think it took the 3 formula because 4 was just more 3.
Right.
5 was a refinement of 3 and getting rid of some of the bullshit. Still had a lot of open worldisms, but like also 5 had a consistent story from start to finish. 3, once you kill Voss, that game sucks.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's not done yet when you kill him. So, 5 I felt like was the best one they've made.
Yeah.
I put Far Cry 1 in a bubble. Like I put just regular, like Crytek Far Cry in a bubble because that's its own like different thing. But in terms of all the Ubisoft, since 2, I think 5 is the best one they made.
Yeah.
6 is just boring, bro.
Yeah, but dude, I don't know. Like, I know we talked about this when it came out because I played it before you, and I was just like,
yeah,
this is.
I
was so disgusted. I was like, I'm just sitting here, and the NPCs are just, the AI is ridiculously stupid. But when you played it, you were like, I remember the conversation we had. I thought it was the worst AI that they ever did, which you disagreed with.
Yeah, it wasn't like awful. It wasn't awful. Like, I mean, play Ghost Recon Breakpoint. You'll fucking see.
Yeah, true. Another
like, that game's
Ubisoft
supposed to be tactical. That game's supposed to be tactical. They're like, you'll have guys who will literally run single file and get gunned down. And then on the flip side, you could go sneaking and a dude you kill on a roof, like in one building, some dude probably taking a shit half a mile away is just like, my brother. And they just know where you're at. And I'm like, what the fuck? I remember, use a silencer.
When you start out the game, like it had so much promise because
it was so good.
The tutorial was great. They made you put mud on your face and it worked. And then never again.
Pointless. You'll be driving from point A to point B. There's no fuck, man? There's no functional GPS because they have drones on the island blocking it. Oh, nice story, dickhead. I don't care. The story's trash. You know what? Now you don't tell me how to get from point A to point B. How do we remedy this problem? I'm trying to drive from point A to point B. What do? You constantly open up the fucking map because the map is way too huge for there to be any landmarks that you internalize like in the old GTA games.
Right.
So you're constantly opening up the map and you're like, this is a waste of time. And then half the time you are driving, a drone flies overhead and goes, a bitch right there. And you have to stop the car, get out, put mud on your face and get back. It's so dog shit. So you know what you do? You get a helicopter, and they know this because they spawn a helicopter right outside the main base. You get a helicopter, you just fly in a straight line from point A to point B and back, and just do that over and over again. It's boring as garbage. And then even when you're trying to do tactical shit, they introduce fucking Megazords to fight your ass or something. It's like you fight tank drones or something, and then you could do the God, what a piece of shit game, man. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of games that like they gave a shit.
Games that
Yakuza,
they gave a shit. That's the topic.
Yakuza. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Yakuza.
In Ubisoft's case, I think Prince of Persia, they gave a shit.
I don't think there was like a bad Prince of Persia. Like I think number 4 was the lowest rated one.
That was like the really colorful one.
Yeah, that was a really colorful one. But
even the movie one was kind of fun.
I haven't played the movie one.
It was, give me the dagger, like that one. I mean, there's only ever been one movie, right? So
yeah,
they came out with it wasn't like you don't play as Jake Gyllenhaal in the movie or in the game, but it's a game that came out in relative proximity to the movie, so like it's kind of a tie-in, but it was a different thing.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I had fun with it. It was easy 1,000 achievement points.
Are we supposed to be in the D&D session right now?
No.
Okay. Well, all right. So, I agree that all the Prince of Persias are, I think they gave a shit about them. I remember I started with the one on the PSP, which was just a remake of 2. And then I went to 3, and then I went back to play 1, which, I probably shouldn't have done. And I played 4. I haven't played the new one, but it looks good. All right. Hot take. I don't even know if this is the right game to put it in. All right. Just Cause 2.
I had a lot of fun with that game.
I feel like they gave a shit just because of all the fucking Easter eggs references that like there's nothing there, just that reference. Like they had a lot of lost references, they had a lot of secrets in there. I feel like that's a game where they gave a shit. Even though like the subsequent ones, even though I still had fun with them, they definitely feel like
Bro, did you ever play the multiplayer Yakuza? I mean, Just Cause 2?
I tried to. If I failed to, I tried too early.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fan made thing.
Yeah.
It was a fan made thing. You could I remember specifically hopping into a lobby. You could it's just like cheat codes. About
everybody was stringing onto one vehicle.
Yeah, and then there was a volcano where you could teleport inside there, and it was just like a fucking vomit inducing rave. And you would spawn a bus. You would get in the bus, and then you'd activate your rocket boosters, and the bus would just start slamming into the ground, and then just take off into the sky. It was, it was good times. Yeah. The same like, Just Cause 3. I would say. I think that was the one that kind of like.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
franchise.
Of games. I guess we can elaborate on them more later because we're running short now.
Yeah.
So. Where can they find you?
FistTruck and FistTruck TV here on the YouTubes.
Nice. How about you? Nice. Here. And FistTruck TV.
Damn right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spreading out.
Daily uploads so far. We've been good for like 2 weeks.
Hell yeah. Well, and y'all have yourselves a fantastic week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.